And then Sean used the 10 rings to like do this like crazy Kamehameha fireball that exploded the thing, and he saved the world.
Number 10, The Amazing World of Gumball.
All I have to do is harness the power within, and I'll turn into a Super Saiyan.
Goku's original Super Saiyan transformation is downright iconic, so it's no surprise that it's been imitated, ripped off, and remade well over 9,000 times across the years. But this may be the only one done by an anthropomorphic cat. Gumball certainly has the pipes for it, and channels his inner Dragon Ball with a transformation-worthy power-up cry.
Is he still trying to turn into a Super Saiyan? Stop! You're gonna pop something important.
All I have to do is believe in myself.
It doesn't quite work this time, but a few episodes later, Gumball would finally don the golden hair in all its glory. The best part of it all is that the show doesn't even try to hide its influences. Instead, it fully commits to name-dropping Super Saiyan, comparisons be damned.
Come on, man. We both know this is just posturing.
Number 9, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Dad, please. Your family needs you.
As a celebration of Asian culture, it's only fitting that Marvel's Shang-Chi paid homage to one of the most popular anime ever made. And what's more Dragon Ball than the Kamehameha? So in the climactic final battle, Shang repurposed his energy beam into something very reminiscent of Goku's signature attack. Katie doesn't let the reference go unmentioned, and in yet another welcome wink, she refers to the attack by its original, non-anglicized pronunciation, which, given the context of the film, makes total sense.
We lost some good people that day. But we made it.
It's a worthy tribute to a move that's now blasted through borders, genres, and mediums on its way to utter pop culture history. Number 8, Spy Family. Clearly, Damien got some workout tips from Super Saiyans. To start, his regimen of scaling various playground obstacles culminates in a bitter fight with an approaching tire swing. Except in Damien's mind, he's on a planet that looks an awful lot like Namek, against an attack that's the spitting image of Frieza's death ball. The reference is more than a cheeky gag, it wholly elevates the scene by offering a glimpse inside Damien's mind. He's totally a kid who would love Dragon Ball, and seeing him use that as motivation is just the kind of heartfelt character work that Spy Family does best.
他の奴がいくらやられようが知ったこっちゃないが、俺だけは勝ち残って目立たなくては。
Number 7, Steven Universe. Odds are no one's catching these sly Easter eggs on first watch, but that's precisely why it feels so clever.
Oh no, we're trapped.
We don't have to be.
In a seemingly innocuous scene, one of the hospital doors reads that Dr. Giro is assigned to Patient 20, a clear reference to the same character from Dragon Ball. Notably, Android 20, as he's known there, also created the androids altogether, so referencing him in a Steven Universe episode about making gem mutations is more than a pointless wink.
Really, Mom? I know how to do this.
No, you don't.
Yes, she does!
Instead, it's a remarkably witty bit of foreshadowing that just so happens to be wrapped inside a blink and you'll miss it homage.
The android's reign of terror has just begun, and it looks like Yamcha is their first victim. But is there time to save him?
Number 6, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Trying to spot all the Easter eggs in this quirky film is like tracking down the Dragon Balls without a radar. But at least Chip and Dale have Shenron to help, or rather, an action figure of him.
What the?
Once the pair end up in a warehouse full of bootleg tunes, they find themselves in front of a wall of references to animated classics, including, you guessed it, a model of Shenron. Just like most of the Easter eggs in this movie, it goes without ever being overtly mentioned.
He's been bootlegged.
But the fact that an anime like Dragon Ball made it on the same shelf as Mickey Mouse or Rocky and Bullwinkle is still a worthwhile accomplishment. Number 5. WrestleMania 32. Apparently wrestlers just have a thing for Dragon Ball. For example, 3-time WWE Women's Champion Ronda Rousey is a famously large fan of the series, and even wore a over 9,000 shirt to WrestleMania 31.
It's over 9,000! 9,000?! There's no way that can be right!
But a year later, tag team champions The New Day blew her power level out the water. They made their grand entrance decked out in traditional Saiyan armor, which, predictably, sent the audience and the commentators into an utter uproar.
This is the armor I was talking about. It's an older model than mine, but it should work almost as well.
To be fair, it makes perfect sense why a show about getting stronger and flexing obscene feats of strength found such a devoted following inside the ring.
Call me nuts, but how do you put this thing on?
I don't know. I don't see any instructions.
Slide them over your head.
Number 4. Blood Lad.
それで一撃だ。一撃で消し飛ぶようなでけえのを一発ぶちかます。てろよ。
It seems that both Staz and his show have a clear love for all things otaku. As a result, this is no cheap Kamehameha ripoff. The aura, the pose, and even the legendary charge-up are all ripped straight from Dragon Ball in the best way possible. Sure, it ends with Staz and his bride sprawled across the ground, but that doesn't make the attempt any less entertaining. And in Staz's defense, the Kamehameha does have a pretty great track record in its own show. All in all, this definitely goes down as one of the funniest homages out there, if only because it laughs with Dragon Ball instead of at it.
今の技は俺の尊敬する宇宙一のヒーローの技だ。もし今の技を本物が出していたら間違いなく 100% てめえは一瞬で塵になってだ。
Number 3. Gintama. When fans wished on Shenron for Dragon Ball to cross over with Gintama, this probably isn't what they meant, but damn if it's not a good time.
はめっくせあんな田舎何も見るとこないよ。タバコ畑しかねえし。何しに行くの？
決まってんだろ。タバコ吸いに行くんだよ。
Leaning more towards parody than purism, it follows Hijikata searching for the 7 wish-granting slippery balls in the name of a cigarette. Along the way, he runs into some very recognizable faces in the form of Frieza, Krillin, and Cell. Sorry, we mean Breezer, Krillin, and Cello. Yeah, it's silly, it's absurd, and it's anything but respectful. And yet, in doing so, it somehow delivered the zany humor that made both the shows successful in the first place. Number 2. Fortnite. Goku and others have been in battle royales before, but never quite like this. For one, they now use guns, build structures, and face off against a litany of other iconic characters. Hey, at least they still have the Kamehameha. Jokes aside, the fact that Dragon Ball made it to one of the most popular games of the modern age is impossible to ignore. It seemingly proved that, even decades after its original surge in popularity, Goku's adventures are still as relevant as ever. Plus, while the detailed cosmetics are appreciated, seeing Goku shoot a pistol and then emote on the dead body is everything we never knew we wanted. Number 1. Dream 9, Toriko, and One Piece and Dragon Ball Z Super Collaboration Special. Goku and Luffy met before on the pages of the one-shot manga Cross Epoch, but one chapter just isn't enough for these two, so they added Toriko to the mix and got a whole animated special. With a roster like that, it's no wonder it totally lived up to its super name. There's just an undeniable novelty about seeing Goku, Luffy, and Toriko all in the ring together. Thankfully, the actual story is just self-aware enough to make the absurd hijinks work. Better yet, since these are technically episodes of One Piece and Toriko, Goku got to invade 2 shows for the price of 1. Now that's some efficient training. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.